James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow.
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire, and y'all know the rest, man. Now listen, this is my official Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith post-fight review, and your result of the fight is a Callum Smith unanimous decision upset victory. So we're already off to a tough start today with our predictions. I'm 0 for 1 already. I can't believe this. Callum Smith, because I really thought that this was one of the easiest fights to pick in the card, because I thought Buatsi's blend of speed and accuracy and just him being a sharp fighter would be enough to beat Callum Smith. But I gotta give Callum Smith some credit. I think the Buddy McGirt influence in this fight, it showed itself a little bit, because in this fight I saw Callum Smith boxing more to his tall, long, rangy frame. I saw Callum Smith using more of his jab and things like that. So I was really impressed by his overall boxing skills and how he was setting things up. He even showed a really vicious body attack, which was troubling Buatsi. And then, of course, when the opportunities presented themselves, he landed his signature catch and counter left hook that knocks out the mouthpiece of Joshua Buatsi. So Sean Dittel said it best in our segment we did on his channel. He said that Joshua Buatsi's defense was damn near porous, and his defense was atrocious today. And what I think the biggest difference of this fight was, I think, you look at Callum Smith, and you look at Buatsi, and the guys have been fighting over the last couple of years. Callum Smith has been in the ring. He's been in the boxing ring with guys like Arts Beterbiev. 4 years and some change ago, he was in the ring. He was in the ring with Canelo. He's just fought at a higher level of competition. As to what Buatsi, he's been kind of just hovering at that British level. Dan Aziz, Craig Richards, these kind of guys. And he had a chance to fight Bibb also about a year or so ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And he turned it down to go sign with Boxer. So I think the difference in this fight wasn't just about size. It wasn't just about Callum Smith and his adjustments and his boxing skills and his boxing style and those kind of things. But I also think it was a culmination of Buatsi becoming a stagnant fighter. Because listen, guys, I've been following Buatsi for a long time. I remember like 5 years ago, 6 years ago even, I remember, even 4 years ago, I remember Buatsi being a much sharper, much more defensively responsible fighter, and that's just not what we saw in this fight. So I think really, and I don't want to write nobody off, because you never know how a fighter's career is going to play out. Like, look at Callum Smith. I thought pretty much he had found his level, which was, for fringe, like not fringe world level, but I didn't think he would win this fight. I underestimated the fact that maybe he could get better, and that maybe Buddy McGirt could actually implement some things into his style that would pay dividends in this fight, and he proved me wrong. So I give Callum Smith a lot of credit. In my opinion, I know everybody always talks about the World Boxing Super Series form and those kind of things, him winning that tournament, him being the number 168 pounder. But to me, this fight was his finest hour, because first of all, this is a great fight. It's a great fight. Really entertaining fight. Buatsi had his moments down the stretch where he was working behind the jab and angling off on Callum Smith and landing into the body. And he had, don't get it twisted, but Buatsi had Callum Smith hurt. But again, not fighting top competition, not just taking punches to the face, but big time punches to the face, hooks, straight right hands, body shots. I think all those things pay dividends for Callum Smith, because when Buatsi had his best spells in this fight, he couldn't find the energy. He couldn't find that extra oomph to keep going forward and really press for the knockout like he needed to when he was down on the scorecards. So overall, I just thought tactically a really good fight from Callum Smith. Very, very disappointed in Buatsi. I thought this was a test that he should have passed, honestly, and he didn't pass it. So it kind of makes me feel like, Buatsi's, I don't want to make an early judgment on him, but he's been a professional for some time now. And this is a fight he was expected to win, so maybe he can come back better from this. I don't write off that possibility, but I think more than likely he's found his ceiling as a pro, and his ceiling is the top 5-ish of the division. That's his level. He can't just to put it bluntly, I don't think you can fuck with none of the champions, because if you can't beat Callum Smith, who's never won a world title at 175, how are you gonna think about fighting the guys like Bivol and Beterbiev and them kind of guys, or even like Dave Benavidez? Like I don't think he beat a guy like that, or like even to name a guy from America, I don't think he beats Latif Overton. I think Latif Overton would even beat like a guy like Buatsi. His defense is just too poor, and he's relying a lot on reflexes and athleticism, and that only gets you but so far. And I think Callum Smith, I've been very critical of him over the years. I've always said that he's one of the most overrated fighters from the UK. I thought he got a gift against John Ryder. I thought he really didn't even show up to win against Canelo, and got schooled by Beterbiev and stopped. But those guys are at a different class. Those guys are the top creme de la creme, top shelf fighters. What Callum Smith showed us today was that Buatsi, for all the hype and hoopla he's gotten over the years, even from people like me, he is not that. And if he wants to become that, he needs to make some major changes. And it's crazy because I've always been adamant about like Virgil Hunter not working out with fighters when it's not Andre Ward. Like when it's Andre Ward, obviously Virgil Hunter works out with Andre Ward. But when Virgil Hunter is training anybody else, like name them, it doesn't work out, and they stay getting their ass kicked in big time fights. And you could add Buatsi to the list of that long list of names. So I should have stuck to what I always thought about Virgil Hunter, but it is what it is. I'm on today's predictions, so we'll see how it goes. I'm praying to at least be 5-2. So I don't got no more margin for error here. 5-2 is what I'm hoping for. But yeah, great win from Callum Smith. As far as what's next for him, I don't think he's gonna get a Beterbiev or Bivol fight. Those guys are probably gonna bow out or do a trilogy. So if he fights for a title, I would assume it would be in like in a vacant type of position. The best fight I could say Callum Smith could have is probably Anthony Yard. That's another big domestic fight. Anthony Yard has kind of had a similar career arc. Not as accomplished as Callum Smith, but he's fought, Beterbiev, he's fought Kovalev, he's been in some big time fights, beat Lyndon Arthur, won some big domestic fights. Kind of similar career path as Callum Smith. So I like that fight. I think that'd be a really good fight for the British boxing fans and just boxing fans in general in the light heavyweight division. But yeah, really good win for Callum Smith. Shout out to Buddy McGirt, who his influence really showed today. And yeah, just very disappointing stuff from Joshua Buatsi. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you could love me or you could hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here. Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.